What's up, Leo and Leo Rising? Welcome to your August 2025 Tarotscopes. Happy birthday month if you're in August, Leo. I've got a special treat for you guys. I'm going to be doing a general reading for you for the month ahead and an extra special surprise. You guys get to choose your own deck and also your own reading. So this is how this is going to be working today. I've got 4 decks here. You're going to select the one that you're most drawn to, and each individual deck has a specific spread and meaning. So starting with deck number 1, this is going to be all about your heart's desire. This is a relationship reading touching on emotions as well as emotional fulfillment for the month ahead. For deck 2, this is what I'm calling Ambition's Call. So this is all the info you need from the cards in regards to your career, your professional goals, as well as your public life. Deck number 3, we're calling Wealth Flow. This is giving you insight into your finances for the month ahead, everything in regards to material security as well as abundance. And deck number 4 is your inner growth. So this is spiritual general messages for you, Leo, all about self-discovery as well as healing. So the question is, which deck are you drawn to the most? Go ahead and pick one. All right, we're going to get started with deck number 1, your relationship reading and what you need to know for the month ahead, Leo. Let's shuffle the cards and see what they have to say. All right, so in this order, we have got the 8 of Coins, the Empress, and the King of Cups. Beautiful reading. For me, I think, a lot of this is probably just in the midst of the recent Mercury retrograde, trying to figure out how to find the right words, working on yourself, trying to find those kind of positive turning points when it comes to relational dynamics. I know has not been easy because you've had a lot of opposition to, obviously, Aquarius, where Pluto is. But the 8 of Coins is talking about actually making things happen, working on yourself, working on relationships, feeling like you're putting forth a lot of effort and also getting some kind of physical, tangible reward. So maybe there's more affection in relationships. Maybe you're seeing relationships are actually making some headway and you're seeing a lot of growth and development in that department. Now, a lot of this is as a result of taking better care of yourself. The Empress card is coming up. This can also be talking about the relationship that you have to a mother figure, maybe an older sibling. It could be, a woman that you have as a business partner. This can also be the relationship with yourself. So if you are a single Leo or Leo rising, this can be saying you're doing the inner work necessary. You're doing all of the building process, really investing in yourself and treating yourself well. The Empress obviously is like the Queen of Queens. This is about nurturing yourself, pampering yourself, treating yourself the way that you would like to be treated in a relationship and really fostering a better relationship to yourself. So with the Empress coming up, it's saying that all things can grow and develop and become, I think, more abundant and also more beautiful in relational dynamics as long as you're in tune with you. And then finally, the last card that we have, which is really the advice for relationships this month, is the King of Cups. Now, this can mean that there's opportunity for strengthening bonds, especially if you're in a relationship, or there can be a water sign that's coming in. So keep your eyes out for a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. King of Cups is devoted, doting. This is also about emotional maturity, commitment, wearing your heart on your sleeve, and being vulnerable and really being able to master your emotions this month, both personally, but also in terms of your relationships with other people. There can be a charming man that can come into your life that can be offering you relationship potential. Also with the Empress, this can be talking about home building, future planning, anything revolving around long-term commitments and growth of the family. All right, so we're going to move on now to the second deck of cards, which is Ambition's Call. So this is all in regards to your career. It's also about your goals and your public life, Leo. And obviously, you've been center stage recently. It's been your season. I know we share this with Virgo in August as well. But I could definitely see this being like a big turning point for you guys in regards to your career this month, especially with that up and coming full moon in Aquarius. That's a lot about who you're partnering with and the impacts that are being made professionally as well. So the cards that I get in regards to your career this month is the Three of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. I see this as a major shift in a different direction and kind of getting out of your comfort zone, healing any insecurities that you have in regards to your professional reputation. Maybe there's been a little bit of stagnancy or some disappointment, but it looks like things are getting ready to rev up in a very big way. So, Three of Swords obviously is a difficult card. This talks about disappointment. It can also be talking about feeling like there's been some difficult decisions or some feelings of hurt or insecurities or even separation that's been going on at work. So, think about what's been happening in a professional sense or what's been going on with your career. If you've been beating yourself up over not meeting certain goals or if you have been feeling a little bit defeated, we are now moving on from that. So, it looks like the last month there's been a lot of like turning points, but where you're at right now with the Four of Cups is kind of being complacent. There is a sense of, well, nothing's quite hitting the spot, or everything that I'm trying is not necessarily getting the recognition that I feel like it deserves. There can even be a sense of feeling like you're maybe a little bored. Like Four of Cups is nothing is really satisfying, nothing is really calling your name. It can also mean that things have been slow. So if there's been some slowness that's been going on in work or in a professional setting, it does look like this has given you time to kind of pause and reflect and redirect your energy and find new ways to feel enthusiastic and inspired. The final card that you get, which is more about the action that you're going to take for success, is the Eight of Wands, which means you have to keep plugging. You have to keep moving ahead. Maybe there is going to be a new burst of inspiration. Maybe there's travel or some kind of exciting project that's coming up. Maybe you've been really focusing on a passion project or something that's more creative that is going to kind of get your heart pumping again and get you excited about the work that you're doing. I think that this is a wonderful way to end the spread, especially if you've been feeling a little stuck or that there has not been quite the movement that you've been looking for professionally. And over the next 8 weeks, it looks like things are going to be really kind of ramping up, going in a direction that's going to be more inspiring and also more action-packed. And now we've got the third deck, which is your wealth flow. So Leo, if you want information about your money, what's going on with your material security, or just what the abundance predictions are, this is your reading. Well, it looks like there is some good news on the way. We have got the Moon card, the Chariot, and the Ace of Swords. The moon kind of talks a lot about you reflecting on your financial situation. Okay. Obviously, you've got eclipses that are going to be coming up in the next month. We've also got in August, we're going to see the sun moving through the second house for my Leo risings, which is all going to be about money and material possessions. Likely you're going to see lots of changes in this department this month and next month. Maybe you're feeling a little uneasy about that. The moon card is like, I don't really know where, my funds are coming from, or I don't really know where they're going. There can be a little sense of feeling unsettled in the financial department, but it's also trying to get you to kind of tap in and tune into what you don't see or maybe what you're missing. So this can be a month that's like, all right, I need to go through my expenses. I need to be looking at my subscriptions. I need to be going through and kind of seeing where the money is kind of going out the door and find ways to be able to be more in tune with how you're spending resources, where money is coming from, and also finding the blind spots because the moon card can be really good for that. So that's your current mindset. What you're moving into is going to be more the Chariot. So this is opportunities or obstacles when it comes to your finances. Well, I think that obstacles can provide opportunities. And the Chariot card is an interesting card because it does talk about, energies have really been ramping up since July. There has been this sense of feeling like you need to get all your ducks in a row. Some of you guys might feel like you have to be spending some money when it comes to traveling, when it comes to moving, or anything revolving around vehicles. That's definitely possible as well because, well, it's a Chariot. When I see this card, it's about, kind of pulling the reins in on the horses and making sure that everybody's on the same page. So not doing anything super kind of crazy when it comes to spending or expenses, Maybe this means that you're coming up with an action plan to bring in more wealth or resources. Maybe you're planning for a move or a trip. So all you have to really do is just focus on the pace and make sure that you're bringing in just as much as what's going out, and that you're coming up with an action plan for kind of building more abundance. Once again, this is a card that is associated with Cancer, which is also kind of connected to the moon. So there is a sense of being like, ooh, I know that these eclipses are coming. I know that there is going to be some changes in the financial department in September, but maybe you're planning for it and you're feeling a little bit more optimistic and also enthusiastic about where you're going with your money. Now, the Ace of Swords is the final card. This is your action that you're supposed to be taking for financial growth and stability. And the Ace of Swords is contracts, news, negotiations. It could also mean that you're getting involved in media or something kind of connected to writing. If you're focusing on trying to work on a website, if you were focusing on trying to put out a book, or maybe you're learning about financial kind of things and everything revolving around, financial success and wealth development, even investments. Education can be very tied to the Ace of Swords. And this is a good month to be speaking in affirmations, be talking about, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am capable, I have everything that I need. Everything comes easily to me. So that way you're kind of getting your mind right when it comes to the direction that you're going with your finances, and pay extra close attention to contracts, details, anything that you're agreeing to, anything that you're saying that you're going to be purchasing or buying or picking up, because likely this is going to be an important part of the next couple of months as we get into eclipse season in September. All right. And last but not least, we have got the fourth deck, which is going to represent the inner growth spread. So if you're just wanting messages from your guides, or you want to know what Spirit has to say, maybe you're in a period of focusing more on healing and your inner growth, this is the spread for you. Seems like it wants to talk more about your money stuff. Obviously, it's a big thing. We have got the 10 of coins, the Ace of coins, and the 2 of swords. I kind of feel inclined to tell you that like everything that you feel like you need is already at arm's length. Like it's there. You're just waiting to kind of see it. You have to take off the blindfold and recognize and realize, I have options, or I have potential, or I've got untapped talent, or I've got resources. It's just a matter of realizing that. 10 of coins, obviously, this is your current state where you're doing a lot of, I think, restabilizing your life when it comes to your career, maybe really focusing on, security, focusing on also self-esteem. 10 of coins can be talking about long-term financial planning, wealth, as well as family wealth or anything connected to long-term plans. So what it's letting you know is you're doing the work, you're planning for long-term goals. Maybe you've hit some walls with some stuff recently financially where you're like, I don't want to be here in this situation, a year from now or 10 years from now. And you're really getting really solid in planning into the future when it comes to your security. This can also be about healing. You're investing in your health. Maybe you are investing in better food. Maybe you're investing also in new fitness or wellness. Anything that's going to be improving work and productivity looks like that is going to be the key this month. Now, the Ace of Coins is the lesson in the growth and the opportunity. So it's saying, hey, it's already there. It's been there. Maybe it's untapped. But now you're recognizing that you have new options or opportunities when it comes to your healing, when it comes to your groundedness. And Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. So it's kind of saying, hey, there's some financial stuff that's coming in. The universe actually wants to bless you. It wants to bring you opportunities. It wants to also have you really thinking about, once again, where do I begin? Because we know you're going to end within 10 months, 10 years, having some kind of security and stability that's coming in. But this is like, what seeds am I planting now? What organizational skills, what kind of health changes, what job changes? Also, how can I really learn to really invest in myself and know my value? So I'm creating this foundation now to grow into. I can be saying over the next immediate month that there's going to be kind of a weighing out of your values. Do I want this? Do I not want this? Do I value this? Do I not value that? And 2 of Swords means that you can be a little indecisive. Less is more this month, even though the cards are talking a lot about wealth and resources coming in. It's a lot less you having to put up the cash, you having to put up the time. It's a lot more about you receiving. A lot of that is because we do see eclipses and the North Node that are going to be moving through your 8th house. So as we're getting into September, there is going to be opportunities for windfalls. You have to make the decision if you're going to be the one who's going to keep picking up the tab for things financially or emotionally. You also have to be willing to make the necessary decisions now to get on the path to long-term financial success and stability. And you have to be willing to address some of the things that you haven't wanted to look at. So it could be debt. It could also be joint expenses, spending, child support, spousal support. It can also be things revolving around long-term quality investments rather than just spending money for things that you need on the day-to-day, thinking about how you can bring security over a long period of time. And maybe that's a little cutting back, getting back to the bare necessities in your daily kind of spending habits. So hopefully that's helpful. Make those decisions. Think about where you want to be down the road, not necessarily just next month. Good luck. All right, Leo. Well, happy birthday to my August Leos. I hope it was a good one for you guys. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button below if you want to see more of my new content on the channel. Also, check out your August horoscopes for 2025. And if you want to see more about me and my work, check out my website at beyondtheveiltarot.com. Links in the description below. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, or if you'd like to learn tarot or astrology, I've got courses and I would love to teach you. With that being said, enjoy your month. I'll catch you guys back here in September, and let's see if the cards are going to bring you all the abundance that they say they are. Take care.